Plaintiff Sherry Warren says she and the defendant grew up in the same neighborhood and went to elementary and high school together. Sherry claims years later she and the defendant reconnected and started dating. But whenever they argued, he would disappear for weeks at a time. Sherry's suing her ex today for 2 unpaid loans. Defendant Michael Myers insists he and Sherry never went to school together, and he only met her last year when she sent him a Facebook message out of the blue. Michael admits that he was a player while dating Sherry, and he was seeing multiple women at the same time, but he insists he doesn't owe her for anything.
Start with you.
I know the defendant over for 30 years. We grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same grammar school, high school. I was very fond of the defendant. We started dating.
When did you start dating?
January of last year.
Mm-hmm.
We reconnected on Facebook before we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
And while we was dating, Mike moved in my home with me.
How long after dating?
About 3 months.
Mm-hmm. How'd that work?
He left, and then he came back.
How long after moving in did he leave?
4 months.
And then came back how long after that?
He came back the new year, this year.
Okay, did he leave out again?
May.
5 months later?
Yeah, in May.
First time he moved in, he left 4 months later. Came back, you let him come back, then he left 5 months later. He back in yet?
No.
Oh, you got a few more months before you go back in. Yeah. You got a few months before you can get back in there, doctor.
Man.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am. Why was he leaving? Would he say? I'm just curious.
We had an argument.
Each time?
Mike, we would argue. Mike was the kind, he'd leave, be gone for weeks at a time.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he'll
he
come
trumped
back.
up them arguments to go over his girlfriend house. Go stay with her for 4 months. Then he trump up an argument with her and then come back to you. That's an old game. It usually don't stay for a month, though. Go ahead.
Judge, I just met her in January 2015, so we didn't know each other no 30 years, right? So it was like
You
I had
never
just
went to school with her.
we
so-
didn't go to school together.
We went to school. We went to Metcalf, and we went in high school
She
to
went to
college.
Metcalf. I went to Metcalf. We was not in the same classroom, same grade,
I say we went to the same
nothing.
school in
Did
high
you
school.
meet in high school?
No, I didn't.
You never met
She
her?
Facebooked me January 2015. I texted her back like, hey, how you? She's, good morning. I'm like, good morning. Good morning back. A couple of weeks go by, good morning, how you doing? You know, how your family doing? How your health doing? I'm still looking at the Facebook pictures like, I don't know who she is. A couple of weeks went by, maybe 2-3 weeks went by. I seen her for the first time. She like, all right, you know, she took me, because I had just got out of jail. So it's kind of sort of, you know, I mean, not you know, but she, you know, some women like to take care of men that's got out of jail. I'm just not getting on my feet. Trying to get on my feet. I had just got a job and everything. So she, you know, she asked, do I need anything? She come through. She was a good person. Like, we was like best friends.
I don't know if some women like to take care of men when they're in jail as much as they are tricked into it. You know the game. You all send out letters. They go through the phone book or other means of getting names, or one of their buddies' girlfriend. They ask them to introduce them to theirs. And once they introduce them to theirs, then they come with the game. Or you'll get a letter. I'm such and such, but I'm innocent, and I heard you were a beautiful woman and kind, and I'd just like to meet you because I heard you're a good person.
Right.
That's all this letter is for. 2 weeks later, this is such and such writing you again. I'm not asking you for anything. I just want to thank you for all that you do for others. Such and such and such and such. And if you're ever in the area of Jackson Penitentiary, you can stop in and see me.
Right.
They come and see you. Thank you for the nice letters. This is the first person that told them they're so good and praised them so much. So I gotta go see this person. They praised me so much. Never met him, but I gotta go see him because otherwise I won't be the good person that they say I am. So they come see you, and you just look at them and smile. Why are you looking at me smiling, sir? Because it's just, you're very unique. You see, he laughing because I know how it goes. So you got prisoners who specialize in finding women to use even while they're incarcerated, let alone when they're leaving. Now, I don't want to suggest that's what you did, but isn't that something that occurs very frequently in prison?
That's very likely. Yes, it is.
Thank you. All right.
So I'm thinking that maybe she contacted me through her ex-boyfriend, which was a very close friend of mine. His name, I don't want to say his name, but he's a very close friend. She told you his name. Right. So that's how she contacted me, through a mutual friend, which was her ex, which I didn't know this. So I had went, like, let's say January 1st, like maybe June, I finally went over her house. Like, she was coming to get me, buying me stuff. She was cool, like the ultimate good person. Okay, I'm not. No character flaws, no nothing.
You're so used to that term. Go ahead.
She was
a good person.
Very good. Okay, and she showered me. She treated me like a king, and I appreciate that. But I was living with another woman.
Now, when you see her, did you just stare at her? And she said, "Why are you looking at me like that?" And you said, "Because it's rare that you meet a good person like you."
Yes.
That's what you did? Yes. You said yes.
Yes. She said I flirted with her too much. I said, "What's wrong with flirting?" She said, "You just flirt too much." So she was always suspicious of my character. But I lived with another woman at the time. Me and another one was living together. She would come get me from work and take me home. So I would do what I want to do. We not married. I told her, you can date who you want to date. I can date who I want to date. We get married, I would stop it. But I would stay 2 weeks at one woman's house, maybe 3 weeks here, and maybe 3 weeks here. I called it. I wanted some Snickers, I wanted some Twix, and I wanted some Milky Way. I just wanted a little bit of everything.
Come on now. Come on now.
I just met her in January 2015, so we didn't know each other no 30 years, right? So it was like I had just
went to school with her.
We didn't go to school together.
We went to school. We went to Metcalf, and we went in high school to college.
She went to Metcalf. I went to Metcalf. We was not in the same classroom, same grade,
I say we went to the same
nothing.
school in high school.
Defendant Michael Myers says he met the plaintiff last year when she sent him a message on Facebook. But the plaintiff insists they went to elementary and high school together.
Now, tell me how he owes you, ma'am. Go ahead.
It was tax season, and I got my taxes, and I know I fell for the trick. And I loaned him the money. He sent me text message saying when he was going to get his taxes. I have evidence right here.
Now, you should have known.
And,
you said you were going to get your taxes, you weren't going to get it. Sir, did you ever tell her you would repay her? I know you say it was a gift, and a lot of women gave you gifts.
It wasn't no gift.
And but this is a lot of Twix. And what was the other chocolate?
Milky Way.
Milky Way. This is a lot of Twix and Milky Way, doctor. $500 worth.
I mean, Judge, it was part of the relationship. We was in it at this time.
You never agreed to repay her, sir.
Never agreed to repay her.
She's going to show me something she says where you agreed to repay her.
I also sent him a letter
and I hope
requesting my $500.
I hope you didn't put this in writing, sir. Else you didn't lost your lessons they taught you in prison. Don't have it writing. See there, you drop your books, you lose your lesson. I'm going to pay you plus extra, period. Now, you really got the game. The only thing you did wrong was put it in writing. You told the woman you was going to pay her extra, $500. I'm not going to even make you pay extra. Just the amount you promised to pay. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Plaintiff Sherry Lorimer rented a room in the defendant's home, and she says it was a complete nightmare. Sherry claims she was forced to file a restraining order against her other roommate, and she's suing because after the defendant had her falsely arrested, he stole money from her room. Defendant Gary Moore claims Sherry is only suing him today because she's angry that he testified against her, and as a result, she spent a year in jail. Gary's countersuing for dog boarding and storage fees.
Start with you.
Okay, I moved in with Gary in May of 2015. It was a nightmare right from the beginning. It was insane. A mutual friend of ours is how I met Gary. He was the other roommate, told me, come live here. He had found out I was mugged, where I was staying wasn't safe. He's like, Gary's got a room for rent. He'll allow your dogs to come. So move in over here. It was completely chaos and turmoil. I was the only one working. They're all on disability, constant from the moment we woke up, going to work. The other roommate was drunk all of the time.
Okay.
So my pain medication comes up missing, almost a whole prescription bottle of it. I confronted the other roommate. I'm sorry?
What type of pain?
It was oxycodone, 30 milligrams, very strong medication. When I was mugged, they had broken eight bones in my body. So Gary, I brought this to Gary's attention. He said he would never have done it. It must have been the other roommate. I went to the police. They said there was nothing they could do about it. When the other roommate found out that I had gone to the police, he threatened to have his daughter beat me up. Now, after just being mugged, I took it very seriously. We were both very sure that it was him that stole it. It was only the three of us at the time.
Okay, and
before
you didn't
this
accuse...
other nightmare moved in, yeah. Believe me, the devil himself right there.
So you had two nightmares.
So I got a restraining order. I was granted the restraining order against
who? The other person
the other roommate.
That you accused?
Correct.
All right.
Okay, so now these two take a year of my life from me. I was on probation at the time.
How did he take a year?
They made false allegations to my probation officer right before I went to see her for my weekly visit. Gary knew I'm a waitress. I had a lot of cash in my room. I had a debit card, a Walmart debit card that I keep my cash on. It expired in July, or the end of June, and I didn't realize that till like the first week of July. So I'm waiting for a new card to come. Gary also knew this. So I was keeping my cash in my room. I asked him several times, could he put a lock on my door? He refused.
No, I was wondering, you skipped over what they did to make your life miserable as it relates to your probation.
They lied to my probation officer right before I went to see her.
Saying you did what?
That I was selling my pills, that I was drinking, driving. I also had just refilled my pain medication, and I had cash in the room. So now he let this man move in after the other one left. This one's drunk all of the time. He drinks so much that he's not supposed to drink, but he drinks himself into seizures constantly. I had to call the police 3 times on this gentleman. Okay, so now these two take a year of my life from me. I was on probation at the time.
How did he take a year?
They made false allegations to my probation officer right before I went to see her for my weekly visit.
Plaintiff Sherry Lorimer rented a room in the defendant's home, and she claims after he had her falsely arrested, he stole money from her bedroom.
You want to give me some background, sir?
Yes, that's correct. We did drink a lot at my household, including Mrs. Lorimer, too, who was on probation. I admit that. She's vindictive because we testified at the House of Correction last year against her. Yes, I did talk for her probation. We are not lying, and I'm not lying to you, Your Honor.
What caused you to do that?
Would cause me to do that?
Yeah, go and testify against her.
Any of my friends would come over for a cookout or a beer, end up in an argument with Sherry all the time. It didn't matter what friend it was. She's argumentative, belligerent, and drinking all the time.
So you were retaliating against her?
No.
What made you go down and testify against her? You didn't have anything to do with it?
Mainly because her probation officer asked me.
Oh, they asked you and perhaps were going to subpoena you. Okay, and that makes sense. You were the owner of the property, so they want to know whether your tenant was engaged in illegal conduct. Yeah. All right, so otherwise you may have had a problem. So, okay, you testified against her, and go ahead, continue.
Well, like I say, me and George both testified. Sherry drove her car, her truck, to her probation officer. She never came back. She never came back home. She was locked up. Next thing I know, we're talking to the probation officers. We testify. She's in the House of Correction here in Milwaukee. We testified. They locked her up a year. So, and another thing, about 3 weeks before that happened, she was on a probation. I'm not sure how this worked, but somebody revoked her for over the weekend. She had to go to the House of Correction She drove drunk, drinking and popping her pills,
He's lying.
going
It's
down
never
to
happened.
the House of Correction and smashed her window out. Hit her side rear mirror, smashed the window out. I was picking glass out of my ear and my arm. And I had to drive her truck back.
All right. And, sir, did you want to testify? She said a lot of things about you. You don't have to if you don't like.
Yes, I would.
Come on, stand up and state your name.
My name is George S. Rodriguez.
All right. She brought you into this, so what do you want to say?
I just would like to testify the fact that her character is very belligerent. Yes, she drives drunk. Yes, this gentleman here was kind enough to take care of her dogs while she spent a little visit in the hotel for 8 months. She is a walking train wreck.
All right. So,
Your
Ma'am?
Honor, may I say something? When
yes,
I
and
got
then we're
out
going to get to the money you alleged he stole.
Well, when I got out of jail, I had the police meet me for a property pickup. 2 officers came. Gary came outside. He admitted right in front of them. First of all, I asked where my $1,400 was. The police officer asked. He said he packed up my room and there was not any money at all in there.
I wouldn't
He
know.
said
That's
she's
quiet,
a waitress. She's a waitress. She was plucked from her life and there wasn't any money in her room. He said there was none. He admitted in front of that officer that yes, he did make false allegations towards me because he felt threatened by this gentleman. He said it in front of the 2 officers.
You have that?
I have all of these
No, the thing, what you just quoted. Do you
No,
have that?
I
All
can't
right, let's
because-
move on then.
Okay.
Stolen cash.
The cash
you
was gone.
came out.
The cash was
the
gone.
police took you over there.
There's no
and
cash.
the cash was gone.
Yes, sir, there's
now,
no cash.
how do you conclude he stole it?
Well, it was gone. He said he packed up my belongings. When they did come to the House of Correction and lied at the revocation hearing, he told them he packed me up and there was no money there. My attorney asked him.
All right, and were other people living there? Didn't you say there
These
were
2.
others? All right, and they may have had company coming in and out. You were gone how long?
Well, with their false allegations,
How
a whole
long
year.
were you gone,
A whole
ma'am?
year, sir.
A whole year?
Yes, sir.
All right, and where did you leave the money?
In my dresser drawer.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Stolen cash.
The cash
you
was
came
gone.
out.
The cash was
the
gone.
police took you over there.
There's no
and
cash.
the cash was gone.
Yes, sir, there's
now,
no cash.
how do you conclude he stole it?
Well, it was gone. He said he packed up my belongings. When they did come to the House of Correction, he told them he packed me up and there was no money there. My attorney asked him.
Plaintiff Sherry Lorimer rented a room in the defendant's home, and she claims after he had her falsely arrested, he stole money from her bedroom.
What do you have to say, sir?
First of all, it's in the dresser drawer. Then all of a sudden, the money was in the truck. My
I didn't hear her
documents-
say anything about a truck.
Said
In my documents from Milwaukee, it says I'm being sued for stealing her truck and $1,500 that was in it.
You have
Nobody-
something that says that?
Right.
I
That,
left my
nothing ever
evidence. I don't
said
have
that.
it.
Anything
That
else?
was never
I got
said.
other evidence though for the dog watching, and I also got.
That's your counterclaim.
Yeah.
For dog boarding and storage fees. Tell me about it. How does she owe you for that?
Well, I basically charged her $50 a month for 13 months for storage, and then watching her dogs. I believe it's fair. I watched 2 dogs that bit everybody that came to my house. You know, I'm watching 2 dogs, you know, and I watched them for like 8 weeks. I was waiting for a word from Mrs. Lorimer to tell me anything, send them somewhere, right?
I wrote him
No,
several
she did
times.
not. That's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. And I would have got rid of them dogs so
know we're
fast,
lying.
but they never happened.
Listen,
She
those were
never
my
contacted
babies,
me.
and I still
I
want
told
to
her
know where they're
probation
at.
officer, get in hold with Sherry. I need to get rid of these dogs. She did nothing.
How
That's how
would you
much she
tell me
cared
that?
about.
Where are the
I was
dogs
in
now?
jail.
I gave them to 2 good families, and they're happy.
I need their names, Your Honor,
How
because
long
I'm
ago?
following up with their.
I would say
How
it was
long
last
after she was incarcerated did you give
8
the
weeks.
dogs?
8 weeks.
So you only kept them for 2 months?
Yeah.
And you gave who a warning that you were going to give them away? Did you give
I talked to Sherry's probation officer and asked, get me a contact number. I got to get rid of these dogs.
You knew where she was?
Yeah, he never wrote me.
She never,
Quiet.
but she never contacted
But
me.
you knew where she was.
How can I? It's not easy contacting somebody in penal systems. It's her dogs. They're not mine.
Ma'am, what do you say about not checking on your dogs?
I never would have went to jail without their false allegations, sir.
Okay,
this
that's
is
your
ridiculous.
defense. All right, very good. And so far, you have not proven that they stole or he stole. I say they because they were both living there.
Correct.
So, and you're only suing the one gentleman. So certainly we don't know whether he took it or not. Secondly, over the course of a year, I promise you, they had a lot of people in and out of that house.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't determine who stole your money. You have the burden of proving that it was the defendant who stole your money. And did the police investigate it?
No, because
Right, because they know that there was no way of proving it.
He said
and
it
so,
was a small claims issue.
I
That's
got
why
you.
I'm
So
here.
I'm going to have to dismiss your claim.
Okay.
You have not proven that he stole your money.
Right.
With regard to the dog boarding and storage fees, well, sir, she never agreed to give you that. And barring any agreement, you're just a nice guy. Good luck to you
Thank
both.
you.
You have a good life.
Yep, bad.
I wish you the best.
You're a nut job. You need to go into some kind of mental institute for sure. You even called the cops on him. He sexually harassed me. He's a nut job. He's completely insane. Drink yourself into some more seizures.
I think I'm a little bit.
Go where you belong.
I'd like to say one last thing. She has so many frivolous lawsuits. We looked it up. It's 3
have no
pages
lawsuit.
long.
Yeah.
3
I have
pages
no lawsuit.
long.
Plaintiff Michael Stroda says the defendant was friends with his father, and Michael has known him his entire life. Michael claims he and the defendant both work security at a strip club, but the defendant spends all of his money on the women at the club. Michael's suing the defendant today for a loan. Defendant Keith Richardson has known Michael since the day he was born, and he was proud that Michael turned his life around after spending some time in prison. Keith insists he tried to make payments on the loan to Michael, but he wanted to be repaid in one lump sum.
Start with you.
Keith is a good friend to party with. You know, me and him used to party, go hang out. He like women my age. He's my father's age. Him and my father was friends. And, you know, we party a lot, and he supplies the money. He likes to throw ones and stuff at the, he's a sugar-free sugar daddy, you know what I mean? He goes to the club. We both work at a strip club.
Oh, you all work there?
We work there,
What do
so
you
I see
do?
him every weekend. I work security there.
What does he do?
And I don't know what he does. He trick with the women to me.
I guess that's a lot of work if he has a lot of ones, so that is work. Go ahead.
We basically do the same thing. You know, watch make sure the security,
But
everybody's
you get
security.
paid. Is he on salary?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so he gets paid off. So, all right.
Plaintiff Michael Stroda says he and the defendant work at a strip club together, but he claims the defendant spends all of his money on the strippers.
What else you want to tell me about your friendship?
Well, him and my father grew up, so, you know, I look at him as an uncle, you know what I mean? So when he came to me to borrow the money, it wasn't no problem to me, so I gave it to him,
We'll go over that shortly. You want to give me some background, sir?
Yes, it's true. I've been knowing his father and his mom for, you know, as long as I've been a child to an adult. And I even when his mom was pregnant with him, that's how long I've been knowing his family. And I moved away, and I heard that he had went to prison for whatever, I don't know, but...
You don't know why you went to prison?
No, he went to prison.
Oh.
Not me, he went to prison.
Okay.
After I moved, I heard that he went to prison.
Got it.
And when I got back to my hometown, I see that he was doing good for himself, and I've been knowing him, and like he said, his father died in prison from a diabetic coma. And my brother basically helped bury his father. You know, that's how close we are. And I moved away, and then he ended up coming to Georgia.
Okay.
Last year.
Why are you suing him? What happened?
Well, let me tell you a little bit. Can I tell you a little bit about myself, too?
Sure.
I did some time in prison. I grew up, I had a rough background. You know, I caught a possession when I was younger, and then in 2004, I got arrested for assault. A guy tried to rob me. We ended up tussling for the gun, and I ended up getting the gun and shooting the guy. I did a 6-year sentence off of that. And since I've been home, I've been squeaky clean. I got my GED while I was in prison.
Good.
I got my GED, forklift certified, and my RSO, which is refinery certified too. And, you know, I changed my life ever since. Haven't been in trouble in 12 years of my life.
Sound like you work 2 jobs. You work at the strip club also, at weekends or nights? Good. All
Weekends
right.
and nights, yeah.
So you got 1 job, manual labor. I guess both of them are manual labor when you're throwing the ones out. All right, good. Glad to hear that. You're a good example to others who are looking to bring themselves up after having been an offender. And 2,800, how did that come about?
Well, I ended up getting a lawsuit for a car accident, and you know, I seen him. We talked.
When?
This was I got into a car accident in March of 2015, and I ended up getting my money in August of 2015. But like he said, I seen him that summer, and we had talked about going to Atlanta, and you know, so we was talking about going to Atlanta, and I said, well, I'm going out there in February. Here goes the money. Pay me back when I come back out there, or have something for me when I come back out there. And I didn't end up going in February. I ended up going in May.
All right. Sir, what do you say to this?
Yeah, it's true, but I came across hard times. I lost my job, and I just.
How long ago did you lose your job?
Well, I got evidence right here to show you.
Say how long ago? Let me see it.
Well, I lost it in April.
You were laid off?
Yeah, it was through an agency.
All right, but you were supposed to have paid it off by February.
Yeah, I was trying
to
pay him like 50.
So your job loss has nothing to do with it, because
Well,
by February you hadn't paid him
and
anything.
then he wasn't around then.
Pardon me?
He wasn't in Georgia then.
Oh, you didn't know his
I went
address?
to Georgia first.
You didn't know his address?
Yeah, I knew his address.
So then you
I know
could
what
have
town
sent it
he's
to him.
from.
He didn't need to be around. You could have sent it to him in the mail. You take money in the mail?
Yes, sir.
Come on, this game ain't nothing, man. This game you're running, it ain't nothing. Nothing. Seen it 1,000 times. His only defense is what? You lost your job? That's it?
That's it.
All right, that's not enough.
And then I tried to even pay him, like, when he got to Georgia, I was trying to give him $50, $75.
When?
But almost every week when I see him. But
when did you start trying to give him 50?
When he got there.
I don't know when that was.
He got there in September.
September of 15?
Yeah.
All right.
Plaintiff Michael Stroda says he and the defendant work at a strip club together, but he claims the defendant spends all of his money on the strippers.
What about having it all paid off in February? Were you running game on your friend, or did you go and trick it all off at the club?
Well,
what happened?
Like he said, I do like to, you know, have
yeah,
fun
but why
with
didn't you pay him? You like to trick more than you like to pay your man?
No, not necessarily.
What kind of sucker are you? This is your man. Ain't that what you call a sucker?
Yeah, he's throw them ones in the club like crazy.
And you are, and then coming with you talking about, can I give you $50? Months after he has agreed to pay you. All right, judgment for the plaintiff, $2,800. His only defense is that he tricks off his money at the club, and this was probably part of it. So I hope you know now not to give your money to a trick, right?
For sure.
All right, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day,
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's not really going to affect that. You know, like he said, I've been knowing his dad and his mom before he was even born. I've been knowing him before he knew himself, really. So it's like I'm his, you know, I'm his uncle, basically.
No hard feelings at all. I just wanted to get paid. You know, I love this guy to death, man. If I need him, he'll be there for me. He just didn't pay my money. He should stop tricking with these little young girls, man.
Well, you know how it go, man. You know, look at me. They be on me.
They love, yeah.